So if anyone wants this hairstyle, they just need to go to their nearest Koreatown and whatever metropolitan area and order the quote "fuck my shit up, fam."
Yes.
All right, we are here on the second day of Week 3 of the NALCS with Smoothie, and coverage presented, of course, by OmniSlash for the second attempt at this interview. Smoothie, you want to explain what happened yesterday?
All right. Well, Travis came out to me, asked for an interview, and basically we went like 10 minutes into an interview, and then
It was probably an hour at least.
okay, yeah, probably an hour at least, but all that content just went to waste because somebody, not naming any names,
Brodin.
oh, okay, yeah, I mean Brodin couldn't record the sound, I guess, so
Yeah.
that's a pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like we're the same day that the behind the scenes, everybody's like Brodin cinematic genius. We have to we trash the whole interview. But now we got the second attempt, so let's go for it.
All right.
So I'm trying to remember all the stuff we talked about yesterday. We talked about your hair. We'll talk about that in a second. But what else did we talk about?
What did we talk about?
The meta, I think. Did I ask you about the meta? Oh yeah,
we definitely did.
Okay, so all the players that I interviewed, for the most part, very frustrated with the meta. But when we were chatting yesterday, you said it's not that big of a deal for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it's that big of a deal because, the meta's going to change to be like a really, bad meta. Like, it's going to happen, like, eventually anyway. So all you really got to do is just adapt, and hopefully you learn faster than the enemy. And, that's all you can really ask for because it is a game that, changes so much.
Do you have any changes that you would like to see? Because what is interesting is all the pros that I've talked to all seem to have different aspects of this that they don't like, and they're like, you should get rid of stopwatch, or make it later, or you should change TP, or I think Peter's really frustrated with it. Like, it feels like you just have to stall for Gathering Storm and all this stuff.
Well, I mean, that part or the Gathering Storm thing kind of got fixed with the removal of, Relic Shield for ADCs. It's still decently bad, but it's not as bad, obviously. The thing I would change would probably be Spellbook. Like, the fact that you can go TP on, like, 4 TPs, even 5 sometimes in a game on the same team, and that just makes the game super chaotic, and I don't want to deal with that. It's the worst feeling of support when you're trying to time every single TP on the map, and it's just like, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So
You just got like a notebook next to you, and you're like, I think
Yeah.
you're like, carry the 2
Yeah.
quadratic equation. It's very difficult, I'm sure.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so if they change Spellbook, would make you much more happy with the meta?
Or at least make like the strong summoner spells like Flash and TP a longer cooldown, or like maybe take like maybe 2 shards instead of 1 shard to swap it. Something like that. It's just way too weird right now.
All right. Other than that, how are things going on Cloud9, and how do you feel about your guys' position in the scene? Phoenix says he thinks Echo Fox is still number 1, and even though a bunch of teams are tied, you guys have only lost 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're tied with. There's this like giant tie for first place right now. Where do you think you guys stand against some of these other teams?
I mean, we lost against Echo Fox, but the bot lane kind of got shit on that game. We had like double spellbook versus like actual summoner spells, and they had Guardian, also whatever, like Klepto, and we still won 2v2, so we should have won that game because we are so ahead, but we lost anyway. But I think that all top teams, so TL, us, and Echo Fox right now, we're all in a pretty good spot. I think Echo Fox will fall off eventually. They're doing really well right now, and right now we're actually not playing that well in scrims, and like we're performing really well on stage. So I'm really, really hopeful for like Cloud9's improvement for the next couple weeks.
What do you think about 100 Thieves?
I think 100 Thieves is actually pretty good. I was pretty surprised actually at first. I didn't expect them to come out so strong, but they've lost a couple games. I think 2 games, 1 today, I think. But yeah, actually they're pretty good as a team. Actually, they look like they get along really well, and I don't know. It's really nice seeing Meteos, my former teammate, successful.
Yeah. Some friends and I were talking about this last night. What do you think the chances are that at the end of the split, we just see it kind of return to this, all right, we've got CLG, TSM, Cloud9, and maybe Team Liquid. It's just like the classic 4 come back, and that's what we see in spring finals.
It's obviously a possibility. I mean, CLG has been starting to get a lot better than what they were the first week, obviously, or first 2 weeks. So I expect that to be a pretty good sign for them. But I think the other teams, like, let's see, 100 Thieves is pretty good. I think they'll make it to playoffs. Other than that, who else is actually doing good right now?
100T, TSM's coming back.
TSM's coming back, yeah.
Echo Fox. You guys.
TL.
Yeah, TL.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it definitely could be that, but I think 100 Thieves will be pretty decent and will fight for the spot of top 4.
What do you think of Clutch, Optic, Golden Guardians, all these guys? Because it seems like they're still struggling to get their feet underneath them. Is there a chance that we see any of these guys figure it out, or do you think that maybe we'll see? It's more likely we'll see them pop up in summer.
I think for at least Golden Guardians, summer is probably when you're gonna get that resurgence. Right now, they've gone through the drama of their head coach being kicked off for some reason. You don't really know. Let's see. Clutch Gaming has potential, I think. Their bot lane's always been pretty good, like Apollo and Hakuho. They have Fabivin, who's he actually did play really well today, so props to him. And yeah, they have a rookie top laner in Solo and Lyra. They're pretty good, I think, but just need some time to mesh and get together.
Optic?
Oh, Optic. It's hard to say for Optic. I think they're pretty decent, except for their games go on. They're even worse at closing out games than us, like by far. I think they couple 60-minute games, so I think they're not bad, but they need some work for sure.
Okay. And then I also kind of want to get your take on Deathly, because I've heard some people actually think he's a pretty good player. He's definitely a rookie, and obviously the team isn't doing as well. But what do you think of him as a player?
Well, definitely, I think he has potential. Obviously, it's hard to shine on a bad team or a team that's not performing well. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to say because obviously if you're playing the macro wrong or you're playing like really bad team comps, like today they played Galio J4, which is a good duo, but they played it versus Azir and Tristana, which you can't really lock down. Like usually when you play those kind of comps, you hope to God they have like a Varus or something or immobile carries so you can just drive an ulti them and Galio ulti them and they insta-die. But I'm not sure. Like it's pretty hard to say.
Okay. So jury is still out. Okay. Finally, one of the things that we talked about yesterday in the interview was that, again, referencing the silly video that I put out with Brodin, I asked a friend what she thought of the whole feature for some early feedback, and her whole takeaway was, Smoothie's hair is amazing. I need to know who does Smoothie's hair. So let's talk a little bit about your hair. How does this happen?
Koreans did.
Okay, so you go to a Korean hairstylist, Korean shop, and you kind of get the Korean style hair.
I mean, I guess so. I go to like several Korean salons, I guess, in K-Town, LA.
Several of them?
I mean,
is it like a line? You go into one, and they do stage 1 of your hair, then stage 2, colors done someplace else.
I said several. I mean 2. Okay, I've been to 2, and they're both pretty solid. I go to one called Hair Day right now.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. And did you say this is the look that I want? I mean, because there's both the style and the color. How did you arrive at this, or do you just say like do what you need to do?
Okay, well, at first, before I dyed my hair or anything, I just said like fuck my shit up, fam.
Okay.
Like just do whatever you think's good, because I'm not really creative, so I can't really think of this, right? It just happened, but I'm not even sure. I just eventually got this, and everyone started liking it. So okay, I'll just keep it. I guess I'll just keep going back and doing the same style.
And then the color.
The color I just did off of impulse, honestly. I just want to try it out. Like I'm still young, right? So just try new things, and I'm probably not gonna go back to like some like super colorful color like gray or blue. Probably gonna do like brown at most.
Is this C9 inspired?
I guess it could be, but it wasn't. Yeah, at first.
All right. So if anyone wants this hairstyle, they just need to go to their nearest Koreatown and whatever metropolitan area and order the quote "fuck my shit up, fam."
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Glad that we figured that out. Smoothie, is there anything that you would like to say to any of the fans out there?
I don't know. Thanks guys for supporting me, and follow Travis Gafford at whatever YouTube is and Twitter, and what else do you have? Instagram.
Yeah, the Instagram's there's different content there.
Yeah, go check those out.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for the interview, Smoothie. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed that interview. I certainly did. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe because, in partnership with Omni Slash, we got a bunch more interviews coming out from LCS. Make sure you don't miss them.